really like Dr. Tom's name because he has Om in his name. Every time you say Tom, you are saying Om automatically. So it's a very mantric name. And okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to give you a little bit of a brief overview what Ayurveda is all about. And it's just clarifying some simple concepts and basic ideas about Ayurveda. People think that it comes from India, it comes from that part of the world and everything. It's and Ayurveda coming from India, it's almost like saying that if it comes from India, then it is only applicable in that part of the world. It's like saying that if Isaac Newton came from England, then the law of gravitation only applies in England. Maybe yes, who knows? It's British. Okay, but it's not like that. 50 years ago, there was no India, so it was a huge subcontinent. So it was a Vedic civilization, and the purity of knowledge, which is absolutely intricately connected with Veda. The word Veda itself means knowledge, and when we say knowledge, there's a difference between information and knowledge. And knowledge is something which is not obtained from senses. Senses, when you are going to use your limited confinement use of your senses, then only you get information. But when you transcend your senses, what you learn, what you understand, what you see, what you perceive is bigger than the biggest and smaller than the smallest. And the term what we use is Ano Raniyan Mahato Mahiyan. It is something really infinite, and you will be able to find that only when you see it with your eyes closed. And all the information what we are talking about is related with a consciousness-based approach where you are able to receive the information. Many of you might recollect Carl Jung once says that the one who sees outside dreams, the one who sees inside awakes. And most of the information related with Ayurveda is structured in consciousness. So when we talk about Ayurveda, we're going to see how this ancient wisdom, Ayu means life and Veda means knowledge, could be equally applicable even in these modern days. So ancient wisdom for modern lifestyle, it's one of the most ancient and most comprehensive system of healthcare. I would like to stress the word comprehensive here because comprehensive means that it addresses everything. It includes even social being, your community, nations, everything around you, because who you are will be reflecting in everything else you're going to do, achieve, and fulfill in your life. When we say comprehensive, it is not pertaining only to the individual, but it is going to affect everything within your family, within your society. And no doubt it is ancient means it is something good, but ancient means it is as old as the nature is. Predates almost 5,000 to 6,000 years. It's a natural medicine. It's something where it tells us that we are an integral part of the nature, and everything we want to use to heal ourselves has to be prepared and used from the simple sources of nature. And the beauty of this knowledge is that if you want to use nature to help yourself, you just have to follow it. Okay, and that's the most important beauty. The real integrative medicine, there's again these buzzwords, what we use a whole lot in this new agey medicine, different terms like holistic, integrative, complementary, alternative. It is not very different. It is nothing strikingly different. The tradition is all about humans, understanding what do I do which is able to help me prevent the diseases, also help me achieve to fulfill my life and to be happy. So integrative is it connects with all the different aspects. Complementary, it supports everything else we are doing. It is not that if I do this, something else is totally wrong. You can do so many things which can support things. For example, you might be taking a regular Western medication for hypertension or high blood pressure. But if at all someone teaches you to meditate, someone teaches you to probably retire bed a little bit early than usual, some of these things will be complementary to help you heal and get your disease condition much better. The holistic tradition of Ayurveda, we proudly call it as the mother of all the healing sciences because it encompasses everything else what is brought into the terms of healing in order to understand human potential in general, as well as what are the modalities we use to do that. It is also prevention and therapeutic. Prevention is the core basis. And how do we prevent diseases? That is a very, very important aspect, because there is a constant interaction of everything else going on. Everything else is like going to affect us in one way or another. The food we eat, the weather we are, if it is too hot outside, it is going to leave us sunburned, it's going to create dehydration. How do we manage that? So the simple solution is, how do I keep myself on top of the changing environment and circumstances? If at all it's going to be 115, 116 outside, what do I do myself in order not to be dehydrated, not to be sunburnt or anything like that? It is something where, if I'm living in a painful relationship, if I'm overeating late in the night, what do I do? Simple things. What are the areas and issues which are going to help me prevent the onslaught of diseases? And that awareness, that simplicity, is definitely the core principle of Ayurveda. Ayurveda is all about prevention. It allows you to understand that what am I doing which might be bringing these diseases. Every time you stumble upon something, you have to go back and find out that from where it is coming. And when you are able to do that, you are able to avert it next time you do. Okay? So if at all you are having a sniffly, runny nose next day morning and you ate a bucket full of ice cream watching the midnight show a night before, you should be wise enough